Welcome to Dishing It with D. This is our very first live. I know it's a test for our live, and we just I want to just come up here and talk about some of the topics today that we're going to talk about. And some of the things that we're going to talk about today is going to be Wendy Williams. Her documentary just finished. Ressa Tessa. I don't know if it's Ressa Tessa or whether it's Reesa Teesa. But anyways, and her, 50-part episode that she has going on with Why the F, did I get married? And I want to just know, I'm trying to figure out why the F do I care? Because I don't really care, but I want to know if somebody else cares or not. But anyways, so and then we're going to talk about Porsha Williams as well and her divorce and all the stuff that's been going on around about that. So let me see here. I'm gonna, like I say, this is my first live, and I'm going to let's see here. Yeah, this is my first live, and I'm just wanted to test out all the equipment and test out everything to see if all things were going to go well. And so let's as you come in, I will, I'll see if people are coming in when people start coming into the live stream here. But yeah, so this is going to be just like, we're doing this in my kitchen because this is Dishing It with D, and it's all about dishing it with D at the kitchen, like sitting at the kitchen table. So, come on in, sit down, grab a snack, whatever, and then we're gonna just chat about all of these different topics that I have in the thumbnail. So, like I said, we're gonna talk about Wendy Williams, like I said, Ressa Tessa and Porsha Williams. So let's see who we want to get started with first. Let's see here. So I think let's talk about Porsha Williams first of all. You know, I love myself some Porsha, y'all. I do. And I really, to be honest, I have not actually watched The Real Housewives of Atlanta since she actually left. And the reason why she left was because it was a whole bunch of mess behind certain things that, Bolo and all that, the dancer. And also she ended up taking that Phelan's man. I say taking, but they were on the outs, but she ended up with Phelan's husband, which is Simon. And now she's married him. And they just celebrated like their first year anniversary. And I believe that was in November, right? And now, it's only been about 15 months they've been married. That they've been married. They had a huge, like 2 different weddings and all of that. And now they're getting a divorce. And this is all on the heels of when Porsha inked the deal with, Real Housewives of Atlanta to come back for the Sweet 16 with Bravo. And she also supposed to get a scripted deal, I believe, with NBC Universal. And all of that. And, right after that, somebody or somehow it leaked that that Simon had a shady past, and that he he had credit card fraud, bank fraud, ID fraud, all kinds of fraud, and has been denied coming even into getting his citizenship. So anyways, but then when all that happened, that dropped, everybody talking about it, and then Porsha goes down and actually goes and files for a divorce. So we're like, what's going on? Why is that happening? Nobody seems to know. And then today, I think it was today or either yesterday, they leaked that well, it didn't leak, but it someone shared that Simon actually owes like $1 million on to this owner of a private jet that he was actually doing a timeshare on. And I'm like, timeshare on a jet? I mean, I know you do timeshare on properties, but on a jet? So anyways, I was like, my goodness, timeshare on jet. I didn't even know they do that. But anyways, he owes this man $1 million, $1 million. So they've been jet setting all over the Costa Rica. They've been jet setting all over to Dubai. They've been jet setting everywhere, right? Um, and I guess they were jet setting on that private jet that now he owes $1 million. So I don't know where he was getting, I don't know where Simon was getting his money from. I didn't know where he was getting his money from. I thought people said that maybe he uh had a restaurant or something, or restaurants, but we know restaurants don't bring in that kind of money. That's a hard business to be in, especially, ever since COVID and all that. You can't get no whole lot of money out of restaurants. But you know what? I thought he was a prince or maybe a king. That's what I thought he was, but I don't know. But anyways, it sounds like to me that 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 Simon didn't have the money that we thought he had. If he's like owe somebody $1 million, and that's just in on one thing, and that's that private jet. So, anyways, but nonetheless, I guess Porsha is like, okay, one thing Porsha did, Porsha actually, yeah, Chameleon at least says, yeah, scammer gonna scam. Yeah, well, Nigerians are notorious for, having that scammer mentality. At least people think that they're scammers, but we thought that Simon was a good one. Simon was gonna be good. We thought he was loaded with money, had a big old huge house. It's not shaping up to look like that. So but I know one thing, that Portia's probably happy that she actually kept her house. Porsha kept her house and moved her mom in it. Okay. And I'm wondering whether or not Porsha thought, well, maybe, if this doesn't work out, I got somewhere to return to. So there you go. So that was good. That was very smart of Porsha to do that. But anyways, what else? I mean, and then today also, Porsha had on her Instagram, I think she put something like, thank you for your prayers. And she said, thanks everybody for your prayers and your well wishes and all this as she's, navigating through this divorce. And she signed it PW. Now she's been signing the whole time. She's been signing PG for Porsha, because she said even when she inked her deal with Bravo to return back to Sweet 16, she inked that deal and she was like, not Porsha Williams, Porsha, Garbadia. And now she's back to PW. Now this all happened within like a week or two. This all happened in a week or two. I see Charlotte's in the room. She knew he was scamming. That's right. I think she did. Well, do you think she really did though? I don't know. I don't know if Porsha, because now we love Porsha because Porsha, Porsha's Porsha. We love Porsha. She's beautiful. But we know we don't love her for her brains. Okay. Like I said, Porsha ain't the sharpest tool in the toolbox, and she certainly ain't the sharpest, Crayola in the brightest Crayola in the Crayola box. So I don't know if she knew it or not. I think Porsha saw that big house, and she saw cha-ching, 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 and that was it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a baby. Peach Juice says she's out of there. I guess she is. Well, at least she got that deal. She got that deal. So she's got some coins now she can work with. And also when she inked that deal with Bravo and NBC and Universal, she's also going to be I think up for a scripted deal. So I don't know if she'll be able to do a family show or something or what have you, but she's or some type of scripted show, where she will, be a lead actress or something like that. So yeah, Porsha did what she had to do. Charlotte says she didn't want to know the specifics, but she knew it was shady. You think so? Oh my goodness. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't smell shadiness. I don't know. Maybe I missed that one. I missed it. Somehow I missed it. I don't know. I didn't get that from Simon. I guess we were all so happy for Porsha and the big, beautiful wedding. And, they had 2 weddings and stuff. I guess, we just was happy that she was happy, for a change. So, yeah, I missed it. I that one went right over me. Yeah. So what else? And then Simon put on his today. I think he put on his IG post today. He said that he's gonna, what did he say? He said that he's gonna keep loving on his wife until the divorce is final. So, you know. Oh, it's like a baby said, oh, he definitely gave Shady, laugh out loud. I don't know. I didn't see that. I'm like, what do you think? Why do you think he gave off Shady? I don't know. I mean, I hate to say this, you know, I hate someone say it's definitely gonna get us to watch though. Definitely, definitely. Yep. Funnel Queen's definitely gonna. I'm tuning in. I'm gonna watch it anyways. I'm watching season Sweet 16, season 16. I'm definitely gonna watch it. You know, I'm tuned in. They got me, they earned me back, so I'm there for sure. Yep, definitely. But yeah, I didn't get that. I don't know. Like I say, I just didn't get that. Yeah. They said they could be playing us just for a storyline. That could be true too. Somebody said that, you know, they doing this so that he can protect his assets. But does he have any assets if he owes somebody $1 million for a jet timeshare? I mean, it's just like I say, it's just giving me it's not giving that he has money to me, you know. So I don't know if that, I know I watched Funky Dineva. He said that, yeah, it was all a setup and a scam just for the fact that, you know, he thought that, you know, it's a cover for to protect his assets so that, you know, they wouldn't be able to take the assets from her or something like that. But I don't know. I just don't think with stuff coming out now, I don't even think he has any assets. Yeah. What else? What else? Anybody else got any other ideas about what you think it may be? I just, like I say, I don't know. I'm just, you know, hoping that they didn't dupe us, you know, and we getting played and we watch, like somebody said, you know, he said, oh, Funnel Queen said it was playing us just for a storyline. I'm hoping it wasn't just for that, because like I say, you know, then I'm gonna be out. Just borrowing from Peter to satisfy Paul. Yeah, that's what I said. I said, you know, well, he was borrowing from Peter to, well, they said, you know, the saying goes, just borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. He was, I think, borrowing from Peter to play, you know, Porsha, because he had to pay to, you know, he had to pay to play with Porsha for sure. Yep. Watching how he and Fallon fell out, I believe he shaded. Oh, okay, Miss Likeaby. Yeah. But did you all see also today? Fallon was on live, not live. She went on a video with Apollo's wife, and they were joking about, oh, now Simon's free and you're free. You think you might spin the block? I was like, I don't think so. If she's wise, she wouldn't. I don't think she would. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody says, okay, Wagmaker says, child, he's scamming Peter and Paul to keep Porsha. Exactly. He know that, you know, he got to have money in order to keep Porsha for sure. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Any other suggestions? Anybody want to come up in the live and join me and maybe talk a little bit about it? Anybody wants to do that? You feel free to do that, or else we're going to go on to the next topic, and we're going to talk about. I know I probably got some people here want to talk about. Now I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right or wrong. Reesa, Teesa, or Reesa, Teesa. So anybody actually been watching all episodes? And I'm just going to tell you now here she is. She's out of Atlanta, right? And she's doing these story times. And the story times is she's chronicling her experience with her this man that she met, I think, on Facebook, you know, and what the F, she says, why the F did I get married? And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, because like I say, I'm not into it. I can't get into it. I don't know if it's because of my past experiences. It's just way too many parts, and it just, I don't do that drama anymore with black men or any kind of man. As far as that is concerned, she's the same all 50 parts. Yeah. I don't know. Have you all watched all 50 parts? Charlotte, did you watch? You watched all 50 parts? I can't do it. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out. I guess I went through the whole, you know, thing with Tyler Perry. Why did, you know, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and also, you know, all the books and stuff Terry McMillan wrote about Waiting to Exhale, Disappearing Acts, all that drama. And hold on a second, y'all. Said my Mac is going to sleep on me. I don't want to do that. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right. So yeah, I'm just like, I went through all of that, and I had enough ish in my life with enough Negroes that I don't want to hear nothing about it. And so I asked my husband. Well, my daughter, my youngest daughter, said that they were actually playing this on, you know, in beauty salons and all this. I was like, this is such a fascinating. It's like the soap operas back in the 80s. You know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So it's like, you know, we were into soap operas. We're like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I just can't get into it. And but she FaceTime us over the weekend, said, I'm done, I'm all finished with it and all this. Like, okay, okay. I'm like, what is the attraction? I don't get it. So, okay, Miss Likeabee said, I watched it. I lived and dated in Atlanta many years ago. I believe her. Right. It's not that I don't believe her. It's just that I'm like, you know, I think, you know, most Black women, the majority of us have a similar, you know, story. And I'm just like, I just can't get into it. And I just can't. I don't know. Waymakers Realty said, oh, okay. But I also saw someone on TikTok say that, say that we should watch on her channel to support her because that's where she would get paid. Oh, she has a channel now. So where is that at? So she has a YouTube channel. Is that what you're saying? Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't know. Like I said, I haven't supported that on that. And I guess Ms. Leica B and Charlotte has said that they've watched all 50 parts. So maybe they should go and check it out over there so she can get paid. So she's probably getting paid. She's getting she's getting millions of followers. I mean, millions of views on these things. Oh, she said no on her TikTok. Okay. Yeah. Well, what is some of the things that really is the attraction for you all? Because like I said, I'm trying to figure it out because I may go back and watch it. I don't know, or watch some of it. I've watched snippets of it, but it's just not something that holds my attention. So I'm just like, why? You know, she said, I watched, read the summary and watched her lives. She's on TikTok too. That's what Miss Likeabee says. Okay. So, and it's good. I mean, is it like the soap operas? I mean, I don't know if you all watch the soap operas before, you know, and they're not that popular now. But I mean, I know people were used to watch when we was in college. We would have to go. People would rush back from there to the dorm just to see, you know, the soap operas and what have you, you know, and keeping up with it. So I don't know. It's just, and I feel like I say, I did look at the lady that was in Atlanta that had the that husband. She caught him at the airport, at the airport with his side piece. Okay. So I did watch hers, or at least a few of those. But like I said, it's the same thing. I mean, it's like I can't tell people how to actually, you know, deal with their pain. But if you can turn your pain into purpose, I guess that's what she's doing, and maybe she can help some people. But I feel like the things that she saw or should have saw with this man, they were more than red flags. I felt like that they were like fireworks, you know, fireworks. She should have seen all of those things and should have been able to just not, you know, move forward with that. But anyways, she said, I was curious and I got sucked in. But what made you, I mean, what was the sucking in part though? If you got curious to watch it and then you like, what was some of the things that she's going to London and Paris now? Bless her. Oh, wow. What's she going to London and Paris for what? What is she going to do there? Is she going there to talk about this or what? And, let's see, 83,000. Shoot, let me tell all my business too. I definitely have some stories. Exactly. That's what I was saying. You know, all of us, I think, got some kind of stories like this to tell, you know, and I'm like, I could sit there. I could tell you some stories that probably make you cry, you know, for real. But I just, like I say, I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah. Who else? Okay, she's going. Charlotte, why is she going to Paris, London, and Paris? Why? I'm curious to know about that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I hadn't read that part about it. It's like reading a goosebump book. You want to hear what's next. Oh, okay. So is it her storytelling and not so much the content, but just how she's telling it? I mean, is that the draw? Her man was supposed to take, and that was one of the many lies. Supposed to take what? She's a good storytelling teller. Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, well, I'm hoping that somebody pen a deal for her. You know, maybe she can start writing for Tyler Perry because he definitely need he need to stop writing his stuff, in my opinion. Because like I said, you know, I stopped listening and looking at his stuff because it was stale. You know, so maybe she can get a deal with Tyler Perry. Yeah. It says how she tells it. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's why I said maybe you all may have convinced me to at least go take another listen. And maybe I don't want to get sucked into 50. I can't, I don't have that much time. I don't have that much time to watch 50 episodes though. You know, it took me yeah, turn it into a movie and keep it going. Yeah, yeah, actually, right, Camilla, at least turn it into a movie. Yeah, yeah, something condensed where I can watch it in a couple hours. You know what I'm saying? I 50 episodes at what? Like they're 30 minutes a piece or something like that, or more. Mm-mm, I can't do it. It's got to be some really good storytelling for me to do that. But yeah, um, yeah, let's okay. Anybody else got anything else? Okay, turn it into a movie, keep it going. We said that, yeah. Folks heard her story and wanted to send her to uh okay. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Okay, so if folks heard her story and wanted to send her to Paris, that was something Legion promised, but he was lying. Oh, so they felt sorry for it. They put money together, now they send her to Paris. Wow, that's awesome. Oh my goodness, Chameleon Unleashed. Maybe you should tell your stories then. Maybe she getting trips to Paris and stuff. Okay. Wow. I didn't, like I said. So and they sending her to London and Paris. That's great. Awesome. Like I said, the best thing out of this, I'm hoping that she actually gets, like I say, gets a deal. That she actually gets some kind of deal where she can, if her storytelling is that good, and she can come up with that. Maybe she can work for someone and get something so that she can, make something out of this and turn her life around. And like I say, turn this pain into purpose. Sounds like everybody's down with it. Maybe I'll go ahead and check it out as well. All right, we're gonna move right along to the Wendy Williams story, the documentary. Um, I really didn't even want to talk about this, but you know what? Because I finished watching it last night, and my husband and I watched it, and we watched it because we missed it on Saturday because it came to drop 2 on Saturday, then 2 on Sunday, and like I said, we did 4 hours straight, and it was too much for me. That one because I'm a big, huge Wendy Williams fan, and it tore me to pieces. To be honest with you, I cried. I cried during the piece of it where she was with Black China came to visit her, and Black China. I guess they probably told her to come because she was telling her management that she had no friends. She had no friends, and it's just sad what has happened to Wendy. I just, it feels like to me that I don't know, everything and everybody has failed her. Her family failed her. Her husband, of course, failed her. She lost her job. She lost a husband. She lost her son because he moved to Miami to go to school. Like I say, she lost her career. She lost, and she just lost everything. And and the Wendy Williams show was a big part of her identity, and she just lost it. And she didn't have anyone there, and it's just like nobody to count on or anything like that. It's a sad existence. And then she has all these different issues, health issues, and I think she really turned to alcohol to numb the pain. And that's a sad existence. That's a sad existence. And she told her manager that she just didn't have any friends. And he said, everybody loves you, Wendy. You have so many people that love you, but having fans is different from having friends. Friends are somebody you can call, you can, reach out to them when, shit ain't going well with you and you just want to talk about it. You want to cry about things. She just didn't have that. And then Black China came, and she just was looking lost. She looked lost. She took her wig off, and she just, like I said, they showed her lymphedema in her feet, and they looked like elephant feet. I mean, really looked like elephant feet, dry, crusty, and just swollen. And I said, there's no way in the world that Wendy signed up for this in her good mind, her right mind. Because, Wendy is a diva. Wendy was a diva. And, she loved fashion and makeup and everything. And there's no way in the world she would have signed up for them to be in her house and show her in this status. I just feel like my husband and I said, Yeah, what comedian Elise says, I couldn't watch it. They making money off of her demise like that. But you know what? I just feel like I don't know. I think that she went, she's under guardianship, and the guardianship and the management had to sign off on this for her to do this deal. And I really think that Wendy probably needed the money. You know what I'm saying? I think this is just what I think. Me and my husband and I said we think that she just, because she lives a certain lifestyle and she's in and out of those treatments and wellness centers and stuff. That stuff is not cheap. And there's no more money coming in. And then she had to pay so much to her ex-husband, Kevin, and his, girlfriend, wife, or whatever she is to him now, and that baby and all that. So I'm just, it's giving me that they probably said, look, we looking at the bank account, especially after they had to get involved after Wells Fargo froze it because of whomever was dipping in it too much and dipping and taking the money out, that weren't supposed to. Um, and I think that she just basically didn't have enough. I don't think she have any more money, or the money was getting low, and they probably said you're going to have to do something, because after they found out they couldn't continue this whole concept of her doing a podcast, because there's no way Wendy could do a podcast. Wendy couldn't even remember what street she lived on. They took her back to her in New Jersey where she grew up, and the street and the house, and she didn't even know where her house was. That's how brain fog she was, and her capacity level. She couldn't do that. She couldn't do that. They were taking her there to take pictures to promote the podcast, and she didn't even know where her house was. So yeah, Camille at least say, yeah, because they have to pay these people at the wellness center too. Exactly. And those wellness centers are not cheap. They are not cheap at all. You know what I'm saying? So and like my husband was saying, in order to actually those private wellness centers that actually want to, you want to be exclusive, so no one to know where you are, then those cost even more. So anyways, so I know for sure that, that's yeah, I think it had to have to do something with the fact that they knew that they weren't going to have any other source of income after the Wendy Williams show, because there's no residuals and things like that, because there's not reruns or anything like that. It's not a scripted show, it's a live show. So once that deal was done, where's the money coming from? You know what I'm saying? What other business, not unless she had invested her money well. But I'm just saying, so, and then they were trying to get her to do the podcast. When that fell through, they felt like, well, we got to do something to generate money. When Lifetime came knocking, they said, hey, okay, let's do it. You know? Yeah, it was just if you haven't seen it, like I say, I would suggest going and watching it, but it is a tearjerker, and it's really just, doesn't show Wendy in a good light at all. Wake Makers Realty said, I hope this isn't her karma for talking about people all those years. Well, that's what everybody says. Well, she was a gossip show. I mean, we all loved it. We watched it. You know what I'm saying? She talked shit about people. Yeah, but I don't know. Let's hope that's not the case, that it's karma. We're just gonna, like you say, Camilla, at least we're just gonna keep praying for her, and hope the best, because right now, even though they did this whole segment on where's Wendy Williams. After watching those 4 episodes, we still don't know where she is, because at the end of it, they sold everything out of her house, her apartment in New York, and her family said they didn't even know where she was. They said that she was in some wellness center, but they didn't know where she was. I think only people knew where she was is probably her management and her guardianship. And I really feel like the guardianship failed her tremendously, because they weren't checking, and they weren't checking on her. They weren't checking on her like they should. I guess they were just making sure that her money wasn't being misappropriated, but they weren't checking on her from a health status. And I think that, assigning her to the courts was like signing a foster kid to a foster home. Just that was it. That was it. She didn't, like I say, she didn't get anything out of it. I mean, going to a foster home, excuse me, how foster kids go to foster homes, they get, forgotten about or what have you. And it's just not, it's a bad way to go. It's a bad way to go. It's just a sad thing for Wendy. But yeah, I know that when I don't know, like I said, I don't know who took her money and why Wells, they didn't tell us why and all that, because all that stuff is sealed, even though it's court documents, and usually stuff like that is public records, but they sealed all those court documents and what have you. So we won't know who actually misappropriated the funds and was the reason behind them actually doing the freezing of her account and appointing and taking her to the court and the Supreme Court and all that stuff in New York, appointing her a guardian and all of that. But we do know that the nephew, who is close to Kevin Jr., her son, said that while Wendy was down there in Miami right before Wells froze her account, or actually she was in Miami with her son and her family when Wells froze the account, they said that he charged $120,000 for a birthday party for him. His rent on his condo was $80,000. And he had over $100,000 Uber Eats bill. Now, who eats out that much? Now, why wasn't he cooking? But anyways, and all of this was charged on one American Express card. And I think that's what caused the trigger of Wells Fargo to freeze her account. So yeah, it's just, yeah. Oh, on a lighter note, love your hair. Oh, thank you, Chameleon Unleashed. Thank you. But anyways, yeah, I think that, like I say, if 100K on Uber Eats is wild. Exactly. That's what we were saying. Everybody was saying 100K. He said over 100K on Uber Eats. That means he was ordering out every single meal all day and probably feeding his friends and everybody else too, because he was in college. So maybe he was feeding all his college friends and everybody else too. So anyways, but yeah, so I know we're right at 31 minutes and 50 seconds, but I wanted to get up here on live and chit chat with you all. I thank you all for joining. I wanted to just test this live out and see how things was going to go. Thank you for coming and dishing with me. Next time, hopefully we can bring some people on to the live and we can talk some more, but I'm going to end the live for now. This is it. The live for Dishing It with D. Talk with you all later.